Brothers and sisters, we out here again around Stop and Frisk, around policies that as we speak in our communities, thousands of our people are being stopped and frisked unjustified.
You know, we call it Stop and Frisk, but actually this is Operation Shakedown Black and Brown.
Yep. And when I look around in Harlem, I see Harlem turning into an open air prison. An open air prison, man. Right. You understand? Mobile towers all the way up 5 stories high. You know, and everywhere you look in Harlem, you see flashing lights, and you see people pulled over and young people put up against the wall, right? And our communities are under siege. You know, it's not normal, but we have become accustomed to seeing things like this here, and we take it for granted. We see 10 kids lined up against the wall sitting on the curb, and we walk right by. You know, we don't take out our cell phones and videotape this, you understand? Because the police, more than anything else, they fear the camera more than they fear the gun. It's not the gun that they fear, it's the camera that they fear. And that's why I'm here today, simply because of their fear of me covering them. Even though I tell them in all sincerity that I'm here on their side. I'm here to see them provide the community with courtesy, professionalism, and respect.
That's right.
You know?
Right.
But that's not enough. They still want to shine the flashlights in my face and inhibit my ability to cover them.
Did they tell you why they stopped you?
No.
Did they give you any traffic tickets, any traffic violations?
No. Some more drugs, sir.
Nothing. Yeah.
We know your background. I know who you are.
Yeah. That's great that you know who I am. And now I know who you are. You stop people, man, you don't even give them a traffic violation.
They have no intention of providing a courtesy, professionalism, and respect. That's a joke. That's only on their cards.
What we have to do in the community and what the Asian community is doing, what we need to do is we need to do this. Right. Come out here with this cop watch. Don't be afraid. Look at the back. Let the police know that they are being watched. Because I'm telling you, right? The camera scares the cop. That's your witness. The witness is the camera. As I told Jazz, and Jazz has done it. He's come out with his camera. Because as a former cop, whenever a cop crosses the line, he is no longer a cop. He is a criminal, right? And he should be treated as such.
Human beings can't treat other human beings this way and then go home and feel like they've done a good job and go home with their families and their kids and feel good about themselves, man. That's insanity. Something's wrong with that.
Whether you're walking in the street, whether you're driving your car, when the police break in your house, because if they don't have a search warrant and go in there legally, what they are doing is breaking in your house.
Hundreds of thousands of people are being stopped and frisked, not the criminals. They get away. Innocent people.
I appreciate your support, but this support is not for me. This support is for the people that are subjected to this. 700,000 people in 2010. 700,000 people stopped and frisked.
You also got to remember, these are the numbers that NYPD does not want to give up. We're going by NYPD numbers. Right. I'm here to tell you that during my 20 years, when cops have filled out these stop, question, and frisk reports, right, some of them wasn't handed in. All right, so we don't have a correct number. All right, and if you remember, NYPD was sued to give up this information, and they still haven't given up this information.
Right.
So what does that say about Kelly? Because it starts from the top.
And Kelly has stated this. This is about people having this consciousness that when they step out in the community, they could be stopped. They could be stopped. And this isn't directed to any particular element in our community when you're stopping and you're frisking everybody.
And this is not just in Harlem, but in the Harlems of America, this is happening all over this country.
All over.
And then internationally, it's happening all on the global stage. You understand? With America's foreign policy, they're occupying everything.
Mayor Bloomberg has turned this city into a military fascist police state.
Right.
They can stop a terrorist plot in Becky stand, right? But they can't stop guns from coming out of a gun show and coming across the bridge in the tunnel. You get a paper bag on a train, you got a SWAT team. So don't tell me this is about, stopping guns. This is about suppression of black and brown people.
If they want to stop and frisk somebody, stop and frisk Wall Street. Stop and frisk Wall Street. I'll guarantee you they'll find some Ponzi schemes and some predatory loans. We're out here to say that we're going to fight it tooth and nail. Any one of us that are stopped and frisked, you're stopping and frisking all of us.
And the only reason they do it is because we allow them to. Silence is consent. So let's stand up, man, and tell them no, no, no. This is not going to happen anymore. You know what I'm saying? This is it. We're coming together, and the only way we're going to defeat this is that we have to come together as a unit. We have to speak in one voice. Enough of this tribalism among ourselves. I'm doing this, you doing that. No, we all working for the same population, man. The poor, the oppressed, the marginalized in this country who nobody cares about. And the only way we're going to effectively change anything here is that we have to come together.
That's right.
And I thank you.
No justice! Yeah. No
Thanks to everybody who got out here bright and early in the cold and in the wind. We had a good crowd. Give yourselves a hand for coming up and giving support. And I tell you, I felt so good when Jazz's name was called and all of us basically stood up and answered the call. Because we are all Jazz because Jazz is all of us. So without any further ado, Attorney Liz Fink.
All right, everybody. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. That means we got out early, right? The last thing they ever want is to see a lot of people. And it makes them nervous to see a lot of people, so they want you out as quick as they can. So that's why we got out, right? And we want you to come every time because we want you to go to YouTube, right? And look at the film of Jazz taking pictures of the cop who busted him, right? Violating the constitutional rights of 2 people this summer, right? And you'll see in there where they say, we know you. Well, now that's why he's here. This is it. He's the scapegoat, right? And we have to show Vance and the police department that we're going to fight him. We're going to fight him on every level. We're going to fight him in the grand jury, and we're going to win. Because they're dirty, they're bad, this is wrong, and the only way it can stop this stop and frisk and this evil stuff is by all of you coming here and making it stop. Okay, so thanks so much. We'll see you in April, and we're going to talk to you about how we're going to deal with the grand jury.
First and foremost, man, I want to thank y'all for coming. It's one thing to be out there covering stop and frisk in our community, right? Confronting the police. I do this the most natural thing in the world for me. I have no fear. And least of all, do I have any fear of them? Right? And but to be confirmed by the people that you're working with and that you're working for, y'all validated me today, man. And I appreciate that. That means more to me, and it means more to all of us out here that are struggling on behalf of our communities. We need this, man. We need to feel this support. We need to have you out here, man. Not just talking that talk, but walking that walk. Yeah. Right. And I want y'all to know that I appreciate this to no end. And if I stand up here another second, I'm gonna start busting tears, and that wouldn't fit with my gangster image. I gotta back up.